Hey everybody, Joe Camacho here with Target Specialty Products, here with a short video about 4 solutions that we have to help you with your fall flood up needs. Hey everybody, so it's mid-August and right around the corner is the seasonal wetlands fall flood ups. And it's always a challenging time of year when you're dealing with large tracts of land with multiple hatches and all kinds of challenges. You know, as a field technician, I had a large area that was a major bypass for the Sacramento River, and so I dealt with public wetlands, I dealt with private wetlands, and so it was I just know it's a hassle, but there's some solutions out there from Central Life Science with their Altosid product line that helps us manage the mosquito population going into the fall season and into winter. And so I want to talk about some of those. What we have today is we have Altosid SBG2, or Altosid Single Brood Granular. It's a up to 7-day residual product, granular product, great from coming out of the airplane, great for coming out of a herd seeder or a Mariyama. Very fine granulars there that's going to give you a residual of about 7 days. And really what that means is it's kind of like the liquid. You're treating those late instar larvae. So this works really well on ponds that are quick to flood up, from water on to water off. You know, we're talking 3 or 4 days where you'll get a single hatching over the entire pond of 80s. And so we can make a single treatment with a single brood granular to inhibit those larvae from maturing through the pupal stage and into adults. And so again, this works really well when we have a small pond or maybe a large pond with multiple inlets where the flooding doesn't take a week or 2 weeks to happen and you get multiple hatches. We have kind of a single stage hatch. We can time it to where we're making that application in the 3rd instar stage, and that allows, with the 7 days residual, to have enough methylpredmin in the water as they go through 4th and into pupae, and then stop them from emerging. For those times when we don't have that opportunity to have quick start flooding and ending flooding dates, we have Altosid XRG, or extended release granular, up to 21 days worth of control out of this product. And so this works really well for those ponds that take several days, maybe 10, 12, 14 days to flood up, from water turn on to water turn off and the pond's full. And so you might have a progression of hatches where the water was first put onto the pond, you might have force, and by the time the water reaches all the way to the other end of the pond, you're starting to get hatches off them first. And so if you look at that progression from start to finish, you have all instars. And so something like this that gives a 21-day residual, you can put on to the field as it's flooding. And so as you get instar development, because water is first inundated in there, you'll be able to pre-treat the entire field, knowing that eventually water is going to get to where it needs to be and control your instar levels. And so that's really what XRG is great for. It's for those ponds that have a long time worth of flooding, and you get a big progression of first through fourths depending on where you're at in the field and when the water time hits and eggs start to hatch. Very great product, Altosid XRG, extended residual granule. And then in those situations where you just want to make sure you get good control for a long period of time, or you're also controlling for an initial 80s and then knowing that CLS might come in later, Altosid P35, their newer formulation, long extended residual product, now formulated in little beads or BB size product that allows for great application out of a herd seeder, out of the Mariyama, especially out of an airplane. P35 has up to 35 days worth of residual to it. And so maybe this is something that you might want to do first initial single brood granular application, and then maybe 2 or 3 weeks later come in with the P35 to finish off the entire season and take you into like November, December with mosquito control. So something for those extended residual situations where 21 days isn't quite enough, you need to have a little bit longer, so that we have P35 available to us. And then finally, the second newer product available from Central Life Science is their Duplex-G. Duplex-G is up to 28 days worth of residual, and just as the name implies, Duplex 2, there's 2 active ingredients. You have a BTI coating, you get an initial kill up to 72 hours worth of control, and then inside of that pellet is the methoprene core that gives you 28 days worth of control, residual control of stopping mosquitoes from emerging as adults. And so the situation for this might be you want to get that initial control. You want to see that initial control, and so you put out a product that has BTI to get that initial control. Hey, sorry about that, folks. Got a phone call, so I had to stop for a second, take a phone call, answer some questions, and just wanted to jump right back in it. So I was talking about Duplex-G, right? Duplex-G, just as the name implies, du meaning 2. We have 2 active ingredients. We have a BTI coating that's good for an initial kill, just like any other BTI, for probably up to about 72 hours. And then inside of that core is methoprene, and that's going to give us that 28-day residual. And so Duplex-G really is meant for those times where we want to make sure we get a good initial kill. You know, we might have high population, or we're in a sensitive area next to homes or next to residences, so we want to make sure we get a good kill, so we can put out Duplex-G. We can go back in a day or two, make sure that the application was a successful application, we hit our target, and got good distribution of all of our product everywhere, and then we can have the confidence to know that there's going to be 28 days worth of residual control through methoprene. Again, another great little product from Centralized Science. So these are the 4 solutions that we have for 2019 and the fall flood up season. These are all great products. Feel free to reach out to me at any time with any questions you might have. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.